So now we will see the details about the structures which are present or the components which are going to be present in case of the human eye. Actually, how many components are there? What are the different functions and different features that we will be going to study today. Now here, if you could see clearly, the outermost layer in this complete eye's structure. Now this is the entire structure of the human eye, okay, internal structure or anatomy of the human eye. Now here, if you could see clearly, this white portion which is here is called as sclera. Okay, this is the outermost layer. This entire white portion, this is the outermost layer of human eyes. This is actually an image of human eye. So this is the outermost layer which is going to be present here in this eye's image. So here the outermost layer is called as sclera, which is indicated with this white portion. Now again, here it is showing the presence of a retina. Okay, here this yellow portion, this yellow line which is going on continuously here, from here this portion and from here this portion. This is called as the retina. Now here this retina is divided into two parts. Okay, so retina is actually having two parts or two types. So basically the first one is neural retina, or the one part is the neural retina and the another part is called as pigmented retina. So there are two parts of retina. The first one is neural retina and the second one is pigmented retina. Okay. Now this retina is having a function that it is showing the presence of receptors as well as neurons. So here there are receptors are present in this complete retina, as well as here different types of neurons are there. And these receptors are nothing but the photoreceptors, which are going to actually visualize the particular thing or display certain things which we view with the help of our eyes. And also here it is showing the presence of some ciliary bodies. Now these ciliary bodies are performing the functions to hold the lens. Okay, the lens in the complete eyeball, a lens is present. Okay, at the front position, a lens is there. Now to hold the lens with its proper positioning, its proper its proper sectioning, a ciliary body is going to be present in the complete eyeball structure. Now these ciliary bodies will be going to take help of these ciliary bodies actually going to take the help of some suspensory ligaments of lenses. Okay, these are suspensory ligaments of lenses which will be going to help these ciliary bodies to hold this complete lens. Okay, so for holding the lens, two portions are there which will be going to actually hold the lens together. Now these portions are this ciliary body, okay, this ciliary body, as well as the suspensory ligaments of the lenses. So these two portions or the regions are going to help in completely holding these lenses, okay, in each eye, not in single eye but in each eye they will be going to present, and they will be going to helping in completely holding these lenses. And also the outermost layer of these complete eyes is the iris is going to be present at the outermost section, and also pupils are present, and the entire outermost section, like the most outermost section which is present here, is called as the cornea. So this completes the entire structure or the anatomy of the human eye, as we need to study or we want to study the eye lens induction. So it was just a brief introduction related to the human eye anatomy. Now in the eye development or in the formation of a complete eye, like this complete eye section or this complete eyeball, lens is going to play a very important role. Okay, lens and or the major component of this complete eye or human eye is actually the cornea, this cornea portion, as well as the lens portion. So these are very much important portions, and togetherly both these components will be going to ultimately form the compound lens system. What these going to do? It will be going to ultimately form the compound lens system, and this compound lens system what it will be going to do, like this cornea and lens together, they will be going to form a compound lens system. And what this compound lens system will be going to do, it will be going to ultimately result out in the formation or the collection of light. Okay, it will be going to collect the light. This entire compound lens system will be going to collect the light, and the light rays which are collected by the cornea will be going to move towards the lens. These light rays, okay, light rays will be going to firstly collected with the help of this cornea, and the sorry for the disturbance. So the light rays are going to firstly collected with the help of this cornea, and then these light rays will be going to like move towards this lens. Okay, firstly the light is going to pass here, like the light which we see or whatever the light things which we see. So here the light is going to be collected with the help of this cornea. Then it will be going to pass through or move towards the lens system, here the lens, and then from the lens it will be going to get refracted towards the retina. What these will be going to do, light firstly getting connected collected here with the cornea, move towards the lens, here the lens is present, and then it will be going to refracted towards the retina. And the photoreceptors, as we have seen that in the retina various different types of photoreceptors are there. So the photoreceptors which are present here, or the photoreceptors which are here, these photoreceptors will actually capture that, and it will be going to send the signals to the neurons and the brain, which will be going to sense and perform the action potential. Okay, so this is how the entire mechanism of viewing certain thing or visualizing certain things is going to be carried out. So what will be going to happen here? First of all, light is going to be captured with the cornea. Okay, then it will be going to move towards the eye, like the light senses will be going to move towards the eye. Then it will be going to refract it towards this retina portion. Since retina is having a lot of different types of photoreceptors, what these retinas will do, it will sense the it will send the signals to where it will be going to send the signals. It will be going to send signals to neurons as well as the brain cells, and they will be going to completely sense the particular thing which we have like view, which we view with the help of that light and all. So they will be going to sense these things, and they will be going to perform the action potential. So this is how the visualization of or with the help of a particular eye is going to be carried out. Now, all these things and all these processes are totally similar in case of all the vertebrates. Okay, all the vertebrates, it will be going to be similar. That is, the mechanism is similar, but the signals may vary. Whatever different signals are there, it may vary depending upon the organism. Like for the tiny organisms, it could have been different, and for the highly evolved organisms, it could have been different. But all the organs in the body, just a second. Okay. Here the things or the functionings which are there in case of like all the vertebrates or the entire mechanism, like how the light is going to be moved towards the cornea, then it will be going to viewed with or move towards the lens, from the cornea to towards the lens, and from the lens towards the retina, and then from the retina it will be going to pass a certain signals to the brain and the neurons. So this entire mechanism is similar in case of all the vertebrates. The only difference only difference is the various different types of signals which are there. So these signals may vary, the like the efficiency of the signals may vary, and the various different sort of the genes which are there involved in these certain procedures, it could vary from organism to organism, but this entire mechanism of vision will be going to same or similar in case of vertebrates. Okay, now all the organs which are there in human body will be consisting of various different types of complex tissues. Okay, every organ in human bodies or our bodies is consisting of various different types of complex tissues. All these all these tissues or all these complex tissues, these are totally associated with each other, and they will they should be in a very organized format, in a very they has to be organized in a very perfect manner. Okay, all the things, all the tissues, all the complex things which are there, they should be organized in a very complex, it should be organized in a very perfect way. Now, how they needs to be organized in a very perfect way? It needs to be organized relative to its actual position which needs to be there. Okay, like the retina which is going to be present here. Okay, beneath this sclera has to be presented or has to be attached or positioned at this position only. The region or the positioning of the cornea should have been the outermost layer. The positioning of the lens should be here. The ciliary bodies should be attached or intact at this particular position. Also, the pupil needs to be entered here in this position only. The rest of the things like the sclera should have been at the outermost layer or the regions only. The cornea and the suspensory ligaments, all these things should have been positioned at their particular position, at its own positions, which is being decided by for them. Okay, so it has to be very important that all the things, like all these complete systems, all these complex tissues, all these complex components which are there in a complete any organ, or particularly here we are considering the human eye. So here in case of this human eye, it is very important that they should have been attached or they should have been presented with a very proper positioning, with a very complex or proper exact positioning of them. Okay, so that is very important for all the complete things and all the complete lenses and everything. Now, if we will be going to disturb the positioning of all these cells or the tissues with respect to the organ, it will be going to resulting out in the thing that the organ will not at all going to be working out. So here the function of the organ, which is the eye here. So what is the basic function of the eye? It needs to view certain things. Okay, we need the eyes to view certain things, to visualize things, everything which is present in our surrounding. We need the eyes to visualize these things. Now, if all the things, if all the complex organs or tissues which are here in this complete human eye, if they are not at all positioned at its particular position, if they are not at all placed at its particular position or at its own position, then it will be going to resulting out that the organ or these eyes will not at all going to be able to work out. So that's why it is very important uh, that the retina should have been placed at its own position, other than the retina if it is going to be placed at the position of the cornea, or if the cornea is going to be placed at the position of the retina, or if the pupils are there at the position of sclera. Will this organ or will these eyes will be going to work out in this manner? Yes. If we will be going to position the cornea in place of retina, or retina in place of cornea or pupil, and the ciliary bodies near the optic nerves, so will these things or will these eyes are going to be working out? No, it is
No,
not
no.
possible. Yes, it is not at all possible for them to work out in this manner, as their positioning with respect to the organ, as their positioning with respect to all the different sort of the features which they have, their exact function, what the individual organ or what the individual component of these eyes are performing with respect to the entire organ is very important, and they have actually a particular function or position. Like the ciliary bodies will be going to hold these lenses if they are not at all present at this position, and if somewhat with the help of other sort of the things or some misconception or mismanagement here, if the ciliary bodies are placed beneath these lenses, will they be able to hold the lenses? It is not possible for them to hold the lenses if their position is being changed, or if they are not actually positioned at their proper positioning. So that's why everything or every component needs to be or has to be positioned at its own particular position only. That is very important for them to carry out a certain functioning or certain procedure, because individually every component has a particular work to perform. Okay, like the retina has some photoreceptors which will be going to sense all the objects and all the thing, and like they will later on going to send the signals to the brain. So that is a function of this retina. If it is not at all present in this position, if the retina is placed at the cornea's position, will we do we able to see certain things? We can't see certain things, because who is there to send the receptor, like who is there to signal certain things and then send these signals to again the brain cells or the neurons. So it is very important for every organ in the eye or every thing or every component in the eye or any other organ, whatever you consider, to be positioned properly at its exact position, at its proper positioning. So what happens when there is a change or certain like there is change in case of tissue organization, or change in case of the proper, like the proper functioning is not there, like the proper positioning is not there actually. So because of this change in tissue organization, it may lead to ultimately loss of a function in case of organs. The organs may not able to perform the functions what its actual function is. Here in case of the eye we are considering, so here the actual function of these eyes is to view certain things. If these all the components are not positioned properly, not arranged properly at their particular positions, we will not be going to able to see certain things, to visualize certain things. So that's why it is very important for the like proper functioning. It is very important that each of the components should be placed at its particular position only. So this arrangement must have been very complex, like everything to be positioned at its exact particular position. This certain type of positioning or arrangement must be very complex, and this is actually a output of coordinate interaction of cells. Okay, so the cells which are here, the cells which are present in this complete system, they are performing some actions which is called as coordinate interaction. Okay, so the everything which is there in this complete eye or any different organ, the complex arrangements and all these things are totally a result or actually a output of a process called as coordinate interaction of the cells. Now, what is actually a coordinate interaction, and like how these coordinate interactions are actually going to be doing or carrying out? So, whenever development of any organ is like the development of any organ is actually the output or the result out with the help of this coordinate interaction sort of the thing. Now, what actually it is? So basically, like a very important thing or a very important like feature in these interactions or these certain things, like uh, very important thing or feature in all these things is just that they will be going to interact with each other. Okay, and these interactions will ultimately leads out to the organization of tissues, to the organization of cells with respect to each other. Okay, everything is going to interact with each other. All the like all the things, all the tissues, all the cells will be going to interact with each other. Now these interactions will lead to the organization of tissues or cells with respect to each other, and which will ultimately leads to the formation of a functional organ. Okay, leads to ultimately formation of a functional organ. Everything, okay, every cell, every tissue which is present in this complete structure will be going to show some sort of cellular interactions with each other. Now these interactions will be ultimately going to lead to the formation of certain functional things or certain functional organs. Now the functional organ which is formed here in this case, what it is called as, it is the human eye. Okay, the complete, like the cause or the result of this complete interactions, or the cause and the result of the interactions which is going to be happen in this position will ultimately lead to the formation of a functional organ, and that functional organ is called as the eye or the human eye. So this is how the complete human eye anatomy is being described. This is how the complete human eye anatomy is being created. And then from now onwards, we will be going to be focusing on how the lens induction or the lens formation will be going to be happen, and which will ultimately result out in helping this complete eye to visualize certain things, to carry out certain things, and to complete the like sensory thing, like the vision is a sensory thing, and to complete the vision procedure with the help of different sort of components which are there, with the help of different sort of positioning, the proper positioning of all these components. So here everything is going to help each other, a coordinate interaction is going to be happen in all these things, and these coordinate interactions will ultimately leads to a procedure which is called as induction. Okay, what this procedure is, this complete coordinate interaction or the procedures which are here, all the things which like every tissues or organs and all these things which are positioned properly at a proper position, carrying out a proper function, interacting with each other in a very proper manner, and resulting out in the formation of a functional organ or a functional tissue. So that procedure or that thing is actually called as induction, and this induction is also known as proximate interaction. Okay, induction is nothing but the proximate interaction only. So all these features and all these things which we studied till till this time, is that clear to everybody?
Yes.
Yes, everyone, is that clear to you, whatever we have studied till this time being? Okay, so this is all about the basic introduction related to the human eye anatomy, basic features or the general introduction related to the human eye anatomy. Now from tomorrow onwards, we will be going to move towards the terms, terminologies, and what are the different features which are there in carrying out the exact eye lens induction. So this is the image of the human eye, and then we will be going to from tomorrow start off with this exact eye lens induction and the terms and terminologies related to these things. All right, everyone.